This is what you might not know. If I expand this laundromat, I'm looking at EPA fees for every tap, every TAP, all these tap fees, environmental impact fees. The state of California does not want any of us to urinate or do laundry or any of that.
Hello, Danny.
Mark, what the hell's going on? Number of prospects, 2, same leasing. Okay, so you've got 2 stores and it should be the same person that answers?
Yes, John.
Got it. Did you say John?
Yeah, the other guy, we contacted him about a month ago. Still no call back. So I found another guy in there, John. So I thought maybe the other guy is not even with the company longer.
Okay, you haven't been doing this very long, and here's the thing. You want to switch from one agent that didn't bother returning calls to another agent who's probably not going to return calls. It is just the nature of this. I hate to say it. You want me to call John Jennings now? I am dialing that number. Here we go.
Good afternoon, Sir John.
John, my name is Danny. I'm calling on some commercial space in Escondido. I was interested in talking lease terms. My partner and I are your guarantors. One is...
What property are you referring to? You said you're the guarantors. Are you actually a tenant of ours now, or are you just saying that you would be the ones that would sign the lease?
Interested in becoming a tenant.
Okay, great. And how many square feet are you looking for?
I'm looking at specific spots. This is...
okay, in that location there, we do have a laundromat there in that center currently.
Yep, that's the spot. So now that we are looking at it, my thing is precisely that, John. Coin laundries. I've been building this empire for 20 years, and my laundromat's what I do. My partner and I go out and we scout these locations. When we see underperforming stores, we want to reach out and see if and when we might be able to talk lease terms. I mean, you know, this is a pretty nice center, to be honest, and the laundromat is extremely dated. The equipment is junk. You know, I'm not here to hurt anybody's feelings, but just because it's a laundromat, we don't run our stores that way. You know, we're renewing and updating typically every 7 years, and this place looks like the Brady Bunch.
If you like that sort of thing.
I mean, I don't want to date myself, but yeah, there's wood paneling in there, and the equipment's 25 years old. So I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. Many times what we see is the landlord, the real estate trust, they're waiting for this lease to expire so they can blow the laundromat out the back door and get rid of it. But it's still a good business, you know, and do you have any idea why I'm interested in this space?
Well, I understand. Yeah, no, I see the value in the space as well and the demographics for that specific use. Right now, I'm combining all the adjacent space to create a junior anchor box, and we have a lease that's in negotiations with the national tenant that will take pretty much all the space that you see vacant today.
Nice.
The laundromat, I can I can talk to ownership about you know, when it could potentially come available, you know, based on this current lease, but it's not available at this moment. They're not in default of the lease at this moment. So I can investigate that a little further, and we can have a strategic conversation accordingly.
Look at you. You're so good at saying words. I would appreciate that. And I want to say this, you know, I asked a question, why am I interested? It's not the demographic, believe it or not. It's the infrastructure. You know, that gas, water, electric, these stores do go away. Many times, again, the landlord can collect commensurate rent for a Neiman Marcus, and they're not going to allow a Walmart to remain. So I get that. I understand it. It's a shame, but the gas, water, electric, the environmental impact fees, that's why I'm interested. Let me give you one more address because I think this is under your umbrella too. I have 2 locations that are yours, I believe. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. So yeah, I actually would like to talk to you about that because I actually proactively made sure that the landlord did not renew the existing tenant there.
Ooh.
So I do have the ability to do something at that location. My goal though is to drastically expand the laundromat from the existing space through the vacant end cap that's next door to it today. I don't know if you've seen the space or if you're just looking at it.
Yeah,
online.
we don't call unless
But,
no. You can't even find these online, dude. That's not the way it works.
Wow.
I've been, I mean, they haven't had a working telephone number in there in 10 years. So there's no way to find them. We've been there.
Okay.
Let me tell you the
so-
truth that this is what you might not know. If I expand this laundromat, I'm looking at EPA fees for every tap, every TAP, all these tap fees, environmental impact fees. The state of California does not want any of us to urinate or do laundry or any of that. Now, if you're building a $7 million home, you're not going to notice that $8,000 tap fee. But if I'm trying to sink 60 new washers into the ground, and I'm not here to educate you, but if you haven't looked into that, expansion of this store would be utterly preposterous and probably not something we'd be interested in. I'd love to get in there and do it myself with a jackhammer.
It's great to get the education from you.
Yeah,
I appreciate the knowledge. I mean, we have a couple of national laundromat groups that we've been talking to that are considering the expansion, and like PWS and others like that. And
you know what they do?
So
they don't run laundromats, dude. They sell equipment in place. So again, here's what you'll find out the hard way. What they want to do is go ahead with the expansion, sell the $1 million laundromat to some poor unsuspecting slob, and then when they fail, look, you know what they're going to do? They're going to have a stipend on the lease where they come in and pay 33%. If we can't find a good tenant, we'll pay you 33%. And what do? Sell the laundromat again. $1 million, $1 million, $1 million. Just saying, seen it happen.
Well, I'm in a situation there, where the existing tenant has been a good paying tenant and has been a good person and has a solid relationship with the landlord for many years. This landlord actually bought the property relatively recently, but the relationship between, call it just ownership in general, and the tenant has been good for many years. But at this point, the new ownership just put a few $1 million renovation into the shopping center, and they're looking to upgrade and focus on merchandising. And so it is an opportunity, but unfortunately, just replacing the existing tenant is not an option. Landlord, if they're going to do that, they're just going to renew the existing tenant. So I guess the opportunity would be maybe if you were able to, somehow, buy the existing facility from the existing tenant, so that then you could come in and renovate it and bring in all the new.
Yeah, I hear you. And for me, it's I flipped that switch a long time ago. I don't buy laundromats at any price. I don't buy out leases. And I hear what you're telling me, and that inside baseball information means a lot. At the end of the day, let me do this. I'm going to send you an email. I'm really surprised that I don't already have your number in my phone. And this is my wireless number, the number you're looking at. I'll email you.
Okay.
It might be one of these
perfect.
two deals or another deal that we can do. I'll CC my partner.
Yeah, I'll look through my portfolio and see what
Yeah.
else we have to talk about and reach
Awesome.
back out to you.
Flawless. All right, John. Again, I'm Danny. I'll send you an email, CC my partner, and let us know. It sounds like we'll have a deal in our future. I appreciate your time.
Sounds great, Danny. Thanks
buddy.
for calling.
Ciao.
Take care.
So there we go from a cold call to, a bit of a roller coaster where the guy's like, oh yeah, that's great, perfect. But then he doesn't even mention the other spot until I do. And then he snaps off the address. Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're going to say. Smart kid, very sharp. But these are nice complexes. It's unbelievable when you walk into these places and see how decrepit and old and nasty these laundromats are, and that they exist right here. But on the second one, like I told him, no. And trust me, if they do that with PWS or any other, they're the worst of the distributors. They're gonna end up with a location that gets sold again and again. And like he said, thanks for the education. Nobody wants to build a laundromat in San Marcos. It's gonna crush them. All right, I'll email him and I will CC you. I would keep an eye on both of these locations and let me know what you see changing, if anything.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, brother. Wow, what a call.
I'm pretty sure this hot water heater's got a few more good years left in it.